There's no Harith. Maybe they pick up the Harith.
Yeah, they can pick up either the Harith or the Beatrix plus into the Kalea. Let's see, maybe they might even pick up Obsidia. Considering that she is available for picking, let's see if they're comfortable with their mashup, if they're willing to play into that. And I just want to point out, we are in a assassin-free jungle matchup, folks.
It's interesting, man. It's been a while. We've seen utility, but on the other side, there's usually an assassin.
The Obsidia should be safe.
Yeah, the Obsidia should be okay with this, honestly. Let's see if they're willing to pick it up, or they're just going to go with what we mentioned as the Harith or the Beatrix.
Always on the way.
Okay.
Oh, Bruno.
The race again.
Oh, Matilda Bruno taking a page from Onyx Philippines.
I love how Falcons in the last phase of the draft just suddenly picked up the pace.
Yeah.
They went from 0 to 85.
Yeah. And
Miles per hour, by the way, not kilometers.
Kilometers.
I don't know the difference. So
I'm slow. Metric system.
It's difficult for me. So I like this because instead of the Harith, they go, whoa, Lolita, yo, okay.
The deal with the Kimmy?
That's poison, bro. That's poison.
Double marksman. The answer.
Yeah, wait a minute. But this is too Moskov coded for their damage profile.
It's all Moskov.
Yeah, it's all.
The Lolita blocks it team fight wise, okay, but then that's such a very specific condition. What are you gonna do without the shield? What are you gonna do without Guardian's Reflection?
If the Numenor Blast don't hit, what now?
Yeah, what now? It's like you're so dependent on the Moskov, and maybe even if this Juicin gets a Sky Piercer, maybe. If the Lapu Lapu snowballs, maybe, but I'm liking the damage spread for Falcons a little bit more. We do just have to acknowledge this Lolita is either going to be really great or not so great. I don't want to say really bad.
It's not so great.
I have seen bad Lolitas. I'm not gonna mince my words.
Why'd you look at me? Why'd you look at me?
Do you actually play it?
No.
No?
I haven't seen it in a while, but again, fundamentally, it should be good against double marksman. Ladies and gentlemen, game one in a best-of-3 coming your way contest between Team Falcons PH and TNC Pro Team.
Welcome to Mobile
Let's witness
Legends.
how this Lolita might actually work. Again, it's been a while.
Yeah. When was the last time? I feel like, man, I don't know. The last time maybe that we saw Lolita, was it last season when the whole Hanabi thing was really...
I believe that was season 14.
Was it 14?
And Falcons did it.
Yeah. Falcons were the ones that brought up Lolita last time. We also saw Omega, if I'm not mistaken, bring that out.
Yeah.
They tried.
I want to see if Chatlu's going to rush Blade Armor at some point. Maybe either as the first or second. But then he has to really decide for himself what damage is he trying to block. So I think if I'm the Lolita here, I'd want to get Radiant Armor first because you're reducing the damage as well of the Baxia. And then go for Blade Armor. Maybe sneak in a Dreadnought Armor at some point for the physical damage as well. But that's what Chatlu needs to focus on building.
It'll be interesting as well to see, because when you look at TNC's lineup, man, they just have so much utility. And I think that was the answer for Team Falcons, why they also went with the Matilda, just because they didn't want the possibility. Like, what if the Matilda was on the other side for the Fredrin, which we see comboed together so well, too. And then you got to complement with the Jushin. Like, that's a whole lot.
Even before business picks up, the Matilda is such a great answer because look at TNC. A lot of them are ult dependent.
Yeah.
Numenon Blast, the Bravest Fighter. These are all things that the Matilda can pull you out of. Now, a little bit of action in the jungle. Zyda, there's level 4 already.
Whoa.
Just like that. You mentioned it. It happens. Little guiding wind. And now there's a re-engage. They get Chak and go ahead and flicker on out. They're going to go for it again. He's so low, but they're just zoned out by this front line of TNC.
Yeah, Guardian's Reflection coming in big time there. Good use of the Guiding Wind by Ogwin to help save Flap TZ. I think Falcons decided to fight into that to try and force an answer. I like the little adjustment Chaknu made. He brought up the Guardian's Reflection, then put his back against the wall so that there's no easy way to actually try and take him down. And of course the shield provided by Lolita. Lolita very strong as well.
Okay, fight for the turtle. Final slash. Not connecting the way they want to. They'll have to go for it anyway. Fighting for this space. Chaknu up front. Flap's going to jump in, help zone this out a little bit more. Team Falcons looking for a play, but Flap's going to be the first to go down. And again, Team Falcons pushed off for this. They're delaying it so much here. 3mar ready to jump into gas too, but whoa, Kyle Teasy will get the retribution off. A spear comes on through. They'll be able to find Chaknu. They're going to re-engage again. Few has to flicker out, but Lancey, we're going to follow up. Kyle gets a kill on Zyda, but Few falls as well. Bodies dropping on both sides, and it looks like they're running away. With 3mar jumps in with a flicker. Bravest Fighter gets the Earthshaker down. He's looking for more. Ogwin will get away. and TNC gets a whole lot of kills, but they lose the turtle on that one.
Falcons may have overheated and walked the other way. That was the unfortunate part of that engagement, but still, kudos to Kyle Teasy, keeping TNC honest. All right, Ogwen's gonna be fine. Scoring that first turtle. Again, Kyle Teasy maybe second. But Marco, wait.
Okay, so
They're fine.
Well, instead of going for the buff, he just decided to show himself.
Little drive-by.
Yeah, I don't know what to feel about the decision.
Again, this is just remnants of the overheating, but yeah, Kyle Teasy is still very consistent. Number 2 and number 3, Turtle and Lord kills in the league despite their 8th place status.
Yeah, so Flap TZ once again beginning a series, missing out a crucial final slash. Let's see if he'll be able to make up for it, similar to what he showed against Twisted Minds. And the Guardian's reflection of the Lolita reflects a lot of things. It's not just the damage coming in from the marksman, it's the shield tosses from the Baksha, it's the blooms of the Matilda, and those little bits of damage that are getting avoided by TNC Pro Team and getting reflected back to Falcons is biting them. Add to that, even the shields coming out from the Lolita. It's sort of like making Falcons go into this false sense of security of, oh yeah, we'll be able to get a kill. Suddenly a little bit of shield gets brought out by the Lolita, and then Falcons are initially in will find themselves in a losing engagement. So they need to be a little bit more calculated around playing the shields that the Lolita brings to the table.
The map is very top-heavy, meaning XP side, Turtle side. That's where everything's happening. The Gold Lane has been quite quiet. Oh no, Few gets caught!
Few. Use the traction pulse, but he will get away with the guiding wind. Flasio the Oasis picked up for Ogwen. That'll help with some of the shielding here, but the turtle is up. Whoa!
Solo kill!
Well, he had Kyle Teasy. Yeah, Kyle Teasy was there. Hey, Kyle Teasy was there for a while, man.
Got ganked.
Yeah, he got
ganked.
He got ganked, man. This might be a position for them to just get the second turtle. Unless Zyda's able to do anything about it. Chaknu again with the reflection shield. Zyda's quite low. He has to get away, but they're going to chase him down. Whoa, Ogwen takes a bonk on the head.
Whoa.
Has the shield, but Kyle Teasy will finally get the turtle. Second one secured. Zyda's still alive, but finally Flap will take him out for the cost of his own life.
Yeah, good thing Flap was able to take Zyda down. They needed to win that trade. However, there is still more healthy bodies on the side of TNC Pro Team. Turtle did go to the side of Falcons. It's a win initially, I guess. But then TNC is going to be able to bring the first tower in the game up top. Not yet.
Not yet. Nope, okay. They're fine. So Falcons win the initial take, and then TNC get the follow-through. And now it's up to Falcons to recover the map. They're up by 500 gold. And looking at the gold lane status, Marco is out farming Benny.
Yeah, nice little lead there. And that's the thing about this lineup, too. Team Falcons doesn't have a ton of damage until, Super Marco joins these fights. But he's well on his way, and we know Bruno will hit that power spike pretty early on in comparison to a Moskov as he takes down this tier 1.
Yep. Oh, that was dirty. He straight up demolished that turret under Benny's nose.
Yeah. This should double up the speed now for Falcons, and Turtle 3, Lord 1, Lord 2 should be victories for Falcons if they don't mess things up. But then again, they need to really take into consideration that Guardian's reflection, that if they're not careful, the damage of the Bruno!
Oh, there's a final slash. It's on Chaknu with the circling eagle. They're going to keep him at bay.
Whoa!
Good stun with the Newman on blast, but it just stops Team Falcons going. But Nate might be able to pick up a kill now. They find Ogwen. They're going to fight under the turret. 3mar waiting to jump in as well under the back lines. But they got what they wanted. Now Few going to be the focus. 3mar gets a flicker out, and they go forward just to take them out of the zone here. They'll bring Flap back. Flap trying to buy time himself. Final slash to stay alive, but he gets taken out. Full force from TNC.
All right, if TNC are very ult heavy, Falcons are very Matilda reliant.
Yeah.
Without Ogwen, compared to other roamers, it's much more felt. It's more impactful when you pick him off.
Falcons decided not to go up top after that loss and they engaged. They want better bodies ready now for this third turtle in the game. They have the Bruno online ready to go, but can they make the most out of it with how tanky the front line of TNC are?
I think they bought enough time in this too. They delayed it up for Flap to be up. He's got a flicker, the final slash, so keep an eye out for that. Kyle Teasy using that dangerous grass here to go ahead and keep things guessing for TNC. They're going to go for Zyda. There's the final slash. He'll go down with the Appraiser's Wrath, but still up for now. They're going to be zoned out. A stun comes through from Chaknu.
Another one.
Able to find Kyle Teasy, but ultimately they just stay for the turtle. There's a good push up top from Benny Cutie. He's going to take down that tier 2 turret, so they'll trade it for this turtle. Kyle Teasy securing the third one of the game.
This is Benny Cutie's natural habitat. A free lane, opponents fighting on the other side of the map. He gets that split push, buying TNC some precious time. They're up 700 gold.
Oh, I know. Right here in the mid lane, trying to keep this turret together. Gonna be able to find two. Now they go for Zyda. Zyda's still tanky enough though. A good final slash for 3, but no follow through. Unfortunately, Super Marco wasn't there for that fight.
Yeah, one of the reasons why Falcons are having difficulty winning engagements like quicker is because the Flask of the Oasis rush by Chaknu, again, there's no magic scaling whatsoever for the Lolita. It's just the raw shields that she provides. You're starting to see, those are big chunks. 10% of your health as a shield? That's huge. That is initial damage that Falcons could be making the most out of, but they're not. It's just getting blocked by TNC.
Not to mention Falcons' very specific type of damage. I'm not talking magic or physical. I'm talking how they dish it out. The Kimmy has to be at a specific angle to hit the multiple targets that Flapteasy and Ogwin hit with a CC.
Yeah.
Not to mention Marco, who has to protect himself space-wise. It's not like he can be in there knee-deep to hit those balls.
Yeah.
So it's very tough for Falcons too.
Yeah, and remember, if I'm not mistaken, the Traction Pulse also counts as a projectile and will get reflected. If not the Traction Pulse, then the second one should be the one that's also that you could reflect back.
Reflected, yeah. I mean, if it is the traction pulse, that the timing on that would be...
Oh yeah, no, for sure traction pulse is a projectile.
That'd be crazy though, you know? You hurt yourself with a reflected traction pulse here.
Yeah. Might be only secondly as terrifying as sharks.
Yeah. Starlium Beam, there we go, right. Starlium Beam and Traction Pulse both can get reflected by the Lolita, if I'm not mistaken. So if you look at the items between the two gold laners, closing in on a 1,000 gold lead for Super Marco, but then again, with everything that Chaknu brings to the table, they can make the most out of it. Even the damage of the Baksha is projectile. The damage dished out by an Arlot is just healed through, or at least recovered somewhat by shielding bottom TNC. If Falcons can drag out teamfights a little bit longer, wait for TNC to over-engage, for 3-Mart to go in, and then they go full burst, try to turn the fight around, that has to be their best bet. Falcons are not going to be winning teamfights early on. They need to drag it out.
But even that is risky because TNC won't allow it. Did you see what Lancey just built? Homie already has
Sky Piercer.
the Sky Piercer.
Oh yeah, one thing we were talking about earlier, have a Sky Piercer on that juice in.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going for the dance.
He's got it now. Now that we're both on utility junglers, we might see an actual longer dance here, but it's going to be in the mid lane that they go ahead and keep them busy. You can see the positioning up here too from Lancey. Benny Cutie going to be putting pressure on that tier 2 again. Team Falcons has to decide what they want to do about this Lord. Are they going to trade it for that? There's the final slash going to be used. They collapse down on Chaknu. He's able to go ahead and get away. Here comes an SOD.
Lancey!
They're going to follow through. Lancey's in trouble. He's burning. He's bleeding. He's gone. Super Marco picks up a kill on Lancey. Lord went for the reset, but Team Falcons has a number advantage, and they'll go for the Lord.
The Filipino cannon went 3v1 to get that chase on Lancey in mid. They have the man advantage. Lord at less than half health.
Well, what are they going to do? Is Zyda still going here with 3-Mar and Chaknu? Another little bit of a reset on this Lord. They're going to fight for it. They want to go for Zyda. Final slash was used, but Numa and Blast going to land and be able to find 2. Benny Cutie unleashing on the backside. Zyda's gone. 3-Mar to follow. And here's another as Benny Cutie goes down. Team Falcons finds more. They're looking for Chaknu as well. He goes to the turret. He'll be fine, but Team Falcons will get the Lord.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. The longer the engagement, better for Falcons. Also, once you see that the formation of TNC gets broken, once Chaknu gets split apart from Lancey especially, he's just left wide open. So if Falcons can find a way to continue fighting like this, splitting a team fight so that you have a Lolita on one side and any other target on the other side, that's what works for them. Shout out to Flapteasy. That final slash in the initial engagement is what split up the fight in the first place.
Hold up, is this right? Flappy Boy built
Rose Gold.
a Rose Gold.
Rose Gold.
Yeah, a little bit more shielding.
That's real.
Interesting.
Shielding.
Oh, grab that purple.
They're going to fight for it. They're just putting pressure here. Lord's making its way slowly down that bottom side.
He did.
Oh, yeah,
He does have it.
How often did you see that?
Yeah, again, remember, at some point, once you get the shield with the Rose Gold Meteor, or if it goes out, you do get a little bit of movement speed burst as well. And I think that's what Flapteasy is using to find a way to better reposition himself in fights besides using the Vengeance.
Oh, we got 3-Mar right here. He's going to go for Super Marco. He's jumping right forward. Super Marco's going to be fine. Has the shields from Ogwin, too. They already did a ton of damage to Chaknu. The Lord's still working on this turret. It stands for now, but it looks like TNC will be able to defend the base turret.
Okay, Falcons can just honestly keep this up, and TNC Pro Team are going to have to play for turnaround. They do have, again, the layering of crowd control very strong for TNC Pro Team, that the sieges for Falcons might not be so clear-cut. You have so many heroes that want to dive and get close that Falcons needs to be careful, or TNC might turn it around.
They should be able to get this turret a couple shots away. Super Marco will get it. So first base turret down at TNC's base. They're going to lose that tier 2 up top, so they hold on to the 2 base turrets. They're not, it's not too grim yet for them. You know, they're facing down a 4,000 gold deficit, but let's look at the replay here.
Here's another peek at that Lord take. Look at this. They're splitting up TNC. They take out Zyda first, and I think this is after the hard part. The difficult part was Flap going 3v1 here in that orange avenue, that little street, that little road there, and Chaknu getting taken out here in mid.
Yeah. So, okay, Dreadnought armor for the block shell. Great defensive build items alongside the blade armor and Radiant as well. Lassie hasn't really been able to make the most out of this Sky Piercer just yet. But again, it's something that Falcons just need to take in mind. Even in this next Lord engagement, despite the lead that Falcons has, TNC can still fight into it. Again, that's what you get when you have a very strong front line. You have a Sky Piercer on your mid laner who can, as long as you don't take Lancy out, or as long as Lancy survives, it's going to be difficult. And then, of course, we have Benny Cutie.
That's impressive. Again, some unorthodox or less seen items are being built. Super Marco just built a Windtalker late game.
Yeah, I saw that too. I guess
he just wants to push.
Just help for the pushing, I guess. You know, he's seeing what Benny Cutie's able to do in the Moscow.
Are they short on AoE? That's what it feels like to me. Is they just need a little bit more damage to go around.
Yeah, it could be the case.
Pure crit spread, a little bit of magic damage coming out of that Windtalker as well with the Windtalker's passive. I guess Marco just thought he doesn't need a Malefic Roar anymore. He's just going to go for full-on crit and then not play for physical penetration. Let's see how it works out for him.
Okay, what are they going to do here, too? You can see Benny Cutie will stay on that bottom side, long lane of the map.
They can afford
less
to
than
do
half
this.
health. They're going to blitz it. They're going to go for Zyda. Seeing if he can get the Retribution off. He's going to get stunned. There's the final slash, but Zyda gets the Lord anyway. Benny Cutie won't follow through. They're going to collapse down. They're looking for kills here. Team Falcons on the hunt. They're going for Zyda. He scoots on away. He's going to be fine. Benny Cutie already pushed down the lane. That's a huge steal for Zyda.
Team Falcons took that dance a little too conservatively, and TNC leaned hard into it, punished them, and got away with it.
Yeah, not a good spot right now for Falcons, with Benny Cutie playing for the split push in the open. That was even a much bigger loss, and Falcons realized not being able to get that Lord. One thing you have to acknowledge with their item builds as well, there's a lack of anti-heal. It's really just a glowing wand of you. There's no other source of anti-heal coming in from Falcons. No Dominance Ice, no nothing. Meanwhile, for TNC Pro Team, it might just be one Dominance Ice, but that's one more anti-heal item that TNC has, because they also have a glowing wand on Lancy.
Mind you, there is a Baksha as well. You know, Baksha marks.
Yeah, with the poise hands.
Baksha marks count, but I'd say one more Dominance wouldn't hurt. One more Halberd.
Yeah, something to keep it together. And now they're facing this push from the Lord. Numenum charge comes through. Numenum Blast isn't going to be able to find the targets they were looking for, but they will just get rid of the Lord. That's taken care of. So it's Team Falcons just kind of doing some damage control. You know, that was a big Lord to lose, and they lose some space because of it. And that's why earlier we were basically saying TNC is still in fighting form.
Yeah.
Imagine they were down almost 5,000 gold earlier. Even this 2,000 gold lead doesn't really matter here for Team Falcons.
Yeah.
TNC can still go toe-to-toe and fight with Falcons.
It could have been worse to bad. If TNC took bodies from Falcons because they were being a little too passive, too conservative, that would have been worse. But it's just bad. The map just evened out, you know, a little bit of red. And Falcons now, I think, learned their lesson. I don't know if they're thinking the same thing. I think they should indeed build more anti-heal.
They need to readjust a little bit in that regard. Also, as we saw the damage chart earlier, Benny Cutie, before that engagement, has only dealt like 20,000 damage, because majority of the time he's been split pushing, which is what you want coming out from this Moscow. Again, we were talking about it from the perspective of Falcons and how they want a team fight. And TNC Pro Team has kept it close because they've been playing the map, looking at the items.
Super Marco readjusted. They're dealing HP-based damage now.
Yeah, so instead of the Windtalker, he goes for the DHS instead.
Same with View.
Yeah, should be better as well with in terms of like chunking away with a strong front line of TNC Pro Team, and you're gonna start seeing Zyda start taking a lot more damage despite them having good item builds against the Kimmy. That DHS adjustment, similar to what Sean does for Twisted Minds when he has the Kimmy, is actually like a sleeper build.
All right, so we are looking at Falcons in real time workshop lineup builds against TNC.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's one caught. Kyle Teasy. He's fine.
They're going to drag him back, but I'm not sure if they're going to engage. There's a final slash, though. They're going to crash down. Nuno Blast going to be charged up. They're going in for a 3 marble flicker forward. He's looking for Super Marco, but he dodges with his own flicker. He's trying to find Lancey. 1 hit away. He's able to get the distance and get away, and now Fuse in trouble, too. It's a chaotic fight for both gold laners. Super Marco will find 3 more now. Zyda's going to be the next. They take him out, too. 2 down for TNC and a double for Super Marco. Lord is up, but Falcons might just look to go ahead and get another base turret, possibly end it here. Nuno Blast charged up by Chaknu. He's going to be able to get a stun. Fuse in trouble, and now it's turned around. Look at the shields from Chaknu.
What?
Kyle Teasy's able to get away, but are TNC going to re-engage? They're chasing him down. Lancey will jump forward with the beacon. And there, Benny Cutie, but TNC fights back.
That was uncharacteristic for Fuse.
Yeah, was that a miscom? Did he want to fight? He had flicker. He could have gone away from it.
I'm pretty sure his mobility spell was also off cooldown.
Yeah, anti-grav thruster could have been used. A bit of a head scratcher. SOD is back for Benny Cutie. Falcons needs to be careful. This might get taken away from them again.
No retry for TNC.
Yeah, Kyle's so low, too. They're going to know it. Chaknu's chasing him down, takes a couple shots. Super Marco laying down the damage. There's the stun. He gets to the grass. Now Flat Teasy joining the fight. He's not sure if he's going to use the final slash here or not, but now they're getting collapsed down on. Benny Cutie firing off from the back. Lancey will pick up Kyle Teasy, and without a jungler for Team Falcons, TNC might be able to just take this Lord from the Falcons unless
they're still going.
They can do something about it. Traction Pulse was used. Flap Teasy still holds on to the final slash. Ogwin jumping forward. There's Nuno Blast. Benny Cutie's gone, though. Flap will get him. Marco's in trouble, too. Both gold laners fall down. And now TNC with still the control. Kyle Teasy's not up, so they fought for this one. What can Flap and Ogwin and Few do? Zyda will get the Lord. But now Chaknu's in trouble, and the minions are pushing into the base of TNC. Lancey trying to get back, but Flap is stuck to him. He'll have to flicker out, but it's not enough anyway. Flap picks up a kill. Zyda's next. Here comes the Falcons. 3 more. Can he go 1v3? He can't, because Flap and Few are there. They'll clear him out. It's a wipeout.
The trio that could.
What the heck did I just see from Flap, Few, and Ogwin? The heart, the soul, and now the Jets end, and Benny's back.
Benny, what can he do? Can he clear the minions out? The waves are going to be worked on, but it doesn't matter. Team Falcons will take game 1.
There are not enough words in the English vocabulary to describe the sequence of events that led to this win.
I got one.